Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, YouTubers and toy train buffs, to another installment of, well, not quite. I was out here the other day working on the new layout, the Milwaukee Northwestern, and started setting track up, laying things down, and my eyes, all four of them, none of which are worth a darn, but anyway, they alighted. I like that word. They alighted on a box that I've had out here for many years, and it's one of the cool Marx toys from 1951, and it is the number 6652 Guide-A-Traffic Set. You notice they spelled guide without an E at the end. Alright? GuidATraffic Set. So, today's installment, today's video, is really about the toy, not about the train set. Now, I'm getting my initial information from this publication here. It's called the Big Toy Box at Sears, produced by Classic Toy Soldiers. If you go to classictoysoldiers.com, they may still have some of these in stock. And you notice how this is all wrapped up nice and neat? I had to buy a new one because bear with me. I'm getting there, because I wore out my old one so bad that I had to put it into a 3-ring binder. Okay. Yeah, what I did is I took the pages out neatly and put them in document protectors, and now I can still reference the material. But here in I suppose I should say that what the big toy box at Sears is a reproduction of Sears Wishbook pages from 1951 to 1969. And right here in 1952's book is the GuidATraffic Set. Alright? And now, no way is this camera going to be able to focus on that small writing. So here's what it says. 94-piece set. You get 33 feet of rigid and non-rigid track. Well, the non-rigid track is simply a very pliable, bendable wire. Alright, heavy gauge wire. Doesn't appear to be copper though. Don't know what it is. And there is a bunch of what they have, like rail joiners. Let me see if I can pull those out. Okay. These little rail joiners are nothing more than tubes. Very thin metal, so that if you inadvertently bend one out of shape, it's pretty easily bent back into shape. And maybe you can see, like right here, where two pieces of track are, or what they call track, are joined by the rail joiners. Okay, so let's continue. It says you get 2 switches, 2 turnouts, and a crossover. Now, let's see, 2 switches, 2 turnouts, and a crossover. Then there is, let's look here. This piece of track is a stop track, alright, where you can pull that up and it'll stop the car. Alright, so in essence you get 6 pieces of hard plastic track sections, what they would call the rigid track sections. Okay, the illustration shows 4 buildings and the illustration shows 4 houses, but my set came with a service station, church, colonial style house, and barn. There are 6 trees. 3 of these, well, you tell me, oak, elm, anyway. And then 6 is the tall, thin, what I'd say pine trees. Let's see here, I'm looking. The catalog says 19 figures of people, animals, etc. I've got 24 figures, so someone may have added them to the set later, or maybe Marx just threw in a couple extras. There is also, if you, let's see if I can bring it in enough. You will see on the left a telephone pole and on the right a lamp pole. Okay. Then there are, I have 13 hedges. Let's see, 11 of those are just straight up hedges, while 2 of them are gates or entryways. Okay, so my set essentially came with some extras. Now, the cool part to this is what you see set up here is only what I had time to do today. I did not want to tear apart this layout to set this up, but it is enough for demonstration. If you see in there, there's a bunch of extra track sections. And let me now pan over here. We've covered the rigid track, which is the hard plastic. There are straight sections, shorter straight sections, and what I believe were curved sections done at the factory. And I say that because they are nice and neat and uniform in their curvature. Not like that. That's what I bent. And trust me, it's easily bent back to straight, okay? But as you see here, there we go. That forms a nice even arc. So let's because I'm gonna have to get in here. Sorry, I'm moving the camera around. Because I'm gonna have to get in here to play. Does that go any further? Alright, that I'm going to move it back a little bit further. Now, the write-up in the 1952 catalog specifically states that this is a Buick. Alright? Let's take Marx's word for that this is a Buick. It's, I would say, what would I say? That would be about 1/30th scale. It's larger than 1/43rd. Okay. As an example, here is a 1/43rd. The houses are HO scale. Marx started marketing these houses in a paint a village set, and then there was in the GuidATraffic set. Later on, these same houses would be included in Marx ready-made HO scale layouts, unpainted. So the houses saw quite a bit of use. There was quite a few more in the series, and at one time I had them all. I sold them off like a couple years ago. There was railroad stations, two different style houses, the churches, the barns, filling station, general store, everything that you need to make up a nice little village. And I must have had, I don't know, a couple dozen of them, along with all the hedges and figures and whatnot. And I just, my thought at the time when I started collecting them was, I'm going to do an HO scale layout using all Marx. And that just never panned out. This GuidATraffic set is the last remnant of those collecting days. As a matter of fact, I'm going to end up selling this because I really have, I no longer have a need or a use for it in the collection. And I'm getting older. It's not likely that I'll ever have room to do the kind of layouts I was dreaming of in my wasted youth. Alright. There is a fifth wheel, and this is what engages the wire, the bent wire, and allows the car to stay on path. Alright. Let it rip. Oops. Yeah. So you can do a lot more, obviously, with what they give you, but this was my quickie setup. Decent runner after all these years, and there's enough extra track wherein you could probably fill up much of a 4-foot by 8-foot piece of plywood and create a really decent, diorama with it, or whatever, town. So there you have it, folks. The Marx GuidATraffic Set from 1951. Hope you enjoyed, and a big shout out and thank you to all my new subscribers, and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment if you want. Until next time, tschüss, adieu, auf Wiedersehen, bye y'all.